Alright, what's up everybody? My name is Raven from the Sky and welcome to a brand new series on the channel, Corpse Party. This is a horror game. I played it back in 2013, so it's not technically brand new, but they've remastered it. So this is absolute gem. I loved it back then. I'm happy to hop back into it, see if they add anything new. With that being said, you've all heard the stories, before Cataloguing Academy was built here, there was another school on this property. Heavenly Host Elementary School, it was called. Such a horrible thing to happen. The principal was completely devastated. He cared for the school almost as if it were his own child, you see. What? She has no idea she's dead, so she's like trapped in limbo? Still believing them to be her own. I can barely hear over the sound of this rain. No, don't exit. And then, oh, they got scared. One rainy day after school, not for the faint of the heart. Also, if I remember correctly, this 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 was ended up getting so popular. I think they made this an anime too. They made a movie out of it. It was a live action movie. I've never seen it though. Okay, this shouldn't be happening. It's been so long since I played this. I haven't played this since like 2014. Last time I played, I think was like late 2014.
Satoshi, だからこんな時間まで残って階段なんて嫌だったんだ。おいサトシ、開けてきてくれ。は？上司みんなブルってるぞ。かわいそうだろ。お前が行けよ。俺はかわいそうだと思わない。お前な。
Okay, so we're Satoshi. Let me see. I can't even remember what ending I got. I can't remember if I got the good one, the bad one. I remember there are bad endings like sprinkled throughout the entire game. I remember you can save. Hold on. No. Why? You could do it. Yeah, you could do a temp save because you would have to restart, not the whole chapter, but from your last save if you got a bad ending. It's probably achievements to find all the name tags. I couldn't really hear over.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. Over the should be a bit better. Let's see. Yoshiki. She's shivering. No one's saying anything. All right, here we go, guys. Oh my God, is that the ghost?
Ah!
びっくりした。
ゆい先生。
先生。篠崎さん。
Wow.
大成功。 手にこの学校の OG じゃないからね。この七不思議については私も詳しいんだよ。
サトシ。
持田くん、しげによりもリアクション派かも。
俺もさすがにその引き出しはないな。
いつも持田くんが一番反応してくれるから怖がらせがいがあって、たまらん。
ホラーマニアの委員長なんて聞いたことないよ。
ごめんね持田くん。でもちょっとキュンとしちゃった。あ、それより可愛いお客さんが来てるわよ。
え？
ほら、そんなところにいないで、こっちにいらっしゃい。
失礼します。
ゆか、どうしたんだお前。
お兄ち
ゃん。持田くんが傘を忘れているからってわざわざ届けに来てくれたみたいよ。
そうなんだ。すまないな、ゆか。
その子、中等部の子？
はじめまして。お兄ちゃんがいつもお世話になってます。かわいい。
サトシにこんな可愛い妹がいるとは知らなかったわ。
あれ、そうだっけ？
聞いてないわよ。
お兄ちゃんのことが大好きなんだよな。
おお。岸沼とは面識あるんだね。ナオミ、ライバル出現だね。何言ってるのかな。この口、この口。はいはい、みんなもう7時回ってるわよ。帰る準備しなさい。
おしりこ屋の片付けはまだ帰りたくない。
このまま明日も文化祭やれそうだよな。
篠崎さん、私が来る前に片付け終わらせておくって約束だったでしょ。もう遅いから明日早く来てやりなさい。
はーい。
それじゃあ鈴本さんも名残惜しいけど向こうに行っても元気でね。
すずめちゃんいなくなると寂しいな。
Yep.
鈴本さんならすぐ友達できるよ、絶対。
引っ越しって言ってもそう遠くないしさ。冬休みにはみんなで遊びに行くからさ。
そうだよ、すぐまた会えるもの。私たちずーっと友達だよ。
friends forever.
お兄ちゃん、あのお姉さん転校しちゃうの？
ああ、今日の文化祭が最後の登校日だったんだ。
みんなありがとう。私みんなと会えて、みんなのことずっと忘れない。元気でやるんだよ。私はいつまでも見守ってるからね。そーっと、そーっと、そーっと。
Jesus.
聖子聖子、
そーっと、そーっと。草葉の陰から。
それ死んでるし。
マーユ、ほら、笑顔だ。
みんなで撮って。ああ、入る
俺も。
俺も。
ゆかも。お兄ちゃん。
ん？
とっても素敵な人たちだね。
だろ？
ちょうだいちょうだい。
森重、携帯に送って。
ああ、今みんなに転送する。
先生、あのね、帰る前に一つお願いがあるの。お別れの前にこれやっていい？幸せの幸子さん。
Sachiko ever after.
何それ、また変な紙人形。
Who is Sachiko? And what's with the paper doll? Huh.
これね、
I
ネット
forgot
に
who
載ってた
Sachiko
おま
was.
じないなんだけど。
They were mentioning her remember at the start of the video. That whatever that letter was that was written in blood or whatever.
その場にいたみんながずーっと離れずに、いつまでも友達でいられるんだって。おまじない？うん、おまじない。わあ、やりたい。
鈴本さん、おまじないとか占いとか好きだものね。仕方ないか。みんないい？
はーい。
ウィース。
森重くんもいい？
ああ、はい。
準備完了。じゃあみんなでこの紙の幸子さん人形を囲んで。幸子さんお願いしますって心の中で7、8 9回唱えてね。間違ってもいいから絶対言い直しちゃダメだよ。唱える回数が人数より多かったり少なかったりすると失敗しちゃうらしいからね。
なあ、篠崎。
失敗
敗するとどうなるんだ？
なんかこの人形気味悪いんだけ
失敗なんて許さないから気合い入れてよね。
わかった。
それじゃあ行くよ。みんなも心の中で唱えてね。幸子さんお願いします。9回だよ。
Okay, yeah, this part, it binds him to that charm. That charm has something to do with the entire. It's hazy because I haven't played in so long, but yeah.
せーの、はい。ちゃんと9回唱えた。
ああ、
ど。やべ、早く進めてくれねえと心の中でもう一回言っちまいそうだ。
じゃあみんな手を伸ばして。この幸子さん人形のどこでもいいから掴んで。掴んだよ。これでいい？
Here we go.
はい。じゃあ爪を使ってしっかり掴んだら、みんなで引っ張ってちぎっちゃって。せーの。はい。はい、お疲れ様。みんなその紙の切れ端を。
Nicely done, everyone.
学生証入れとか
There's no need for me
定
to
期入れ
narrate.
とかに
They're
挟んで
already.
ずっと持っててね。
We have dialogue. No need for me to talk over it.
なんか意味あんのか？
それを持ってる限りずーっとみんな友達でつながっていられるんだって。そういうおまじないらしいよ。へえ、いいねこれ。
超素敵だね。なくさないようにしなきゃ。
篠崎さん、ありがとう。宝物にするね。うん？ね、きっとまた会おうね。みんなで。さあ、じゃあみんな帰る準備。
Well, I have to narrate it now. There's a loose board lying on the ground. Though scratched and banged up, it still seems to be fully intact and not much worse for the wear. Okay. Isn't it this? You can't really tell if much of anything is different.
暗いけど外に廊下があるみたい。
At least I can't with games that are pixelated art style. The only thing different is the colors are more bright and vibrant, and a bit more crisp. But that's about it. And of course, you got 60 frames and 4K. But other than that, we'll just have to see if they added any extra chapters. Any hidden, any Easter eggs or trinkets to find, because the name tags, that whole name tag list, that was in the PSP version, so you know that's not new. Unless they added some extra name tags for you to find. Outside the window, so dimly lit as to be almost imperceptible, looms a sheer wall of dense foliage stretching as far as the eye can see. There's not even a hint of what may lie beyond it. So it's, essentially, we're like in limbo. And Sachiko, some girl, I can't. And then it has something to do with the principal. I mean, the story just gets thicker and thicker.
暗いけど外に廊下があるみたい。
but I just can't leave. Okay, so how do we get across the darn... Alright, we gotta get over there.
聞こえてないのかな。
Okay. Somehow we get lighting from somewhere. I don't know if it's a cell phone light, it's a candle, something. There's a rusty bucket here. Oh!
足大丈夫かな。
Heavenly Post. Third student reported missing. Yeah, somebody was taking the students. One by one, the young students of Heavenly Host school seem to be disappearing, as now a third student has joined the ranks of the missing. Classmates testify that 5th grader blank was on her way home from school but got separated from her friends in the hall and hasn't been seen since. Police are investigating the possibility of a serial kidnapping and have assigned countless investigators to the case in hopes of a speedy resolution. However, 10 days have already passed since the first disappearance, giving parents and classmates ample cause for concern. Okay. It's kind of refreshing my memory. It's been so long. I remember this game was pretty long. I guess if you're a speedrunner, nothing's ever really long. But I'm not a speedrunner. To me, it was long. Plus, it has, like I said, it has multiple endings. Within the chapters, you get bad ending after bad ending. I bet you it's an achievement to unlock them all. But you can I love how you can temp save, because I remember one time I had to restart the whole chapter because I had got like stuck in like a death loop. I couldn't get around it. You know, it was really weird, but
それより聖子。
no time for that now. I've got to check on Seiko. All right, let's go.
聖子、聖子。息はしてる。聖子、ねえ聖子、起きてよ。あれ、ナオミ、どったの？どったのじゃないわよ。心配させて。
Thought you were dead.
え、ここ。ここどこ？何これ？ 私だって知りたいわよ。ダメだ。びくともしないよ窓。外も真っ暗でよく見えないし。 どうなってるのよ。ここやっぱり学校なのかな。それにしてはなんか妙に机が小さい気がするんだよね。小学校みたい。小学校って？
I remember that freaking. I remember that soundtrack. That music would kick in when you get a bad ending. Not saying that's exactly what's gonna happen now, but every time the sequence would play out, then the bad ending text would pop up behind that music.
どうしたの？
We're not gonna get one now because it's still the intro.
変人症連絡通信って。天神小学校。私たちの学校、如月学園が建つ前に取り壊された廃校じゃない。なんなの？私たちどこにいるの？みんなは、先生はどこに行ったの？落ち着いて、聖子。ごめん。聖子も私も手を握り合ったまま声も出せなかった。歯がカチカチと音を立てるほど全身が震える経験なんて生まれて初めてだったから。頭の中がふわふわして、今自分たちの置かれている状況を整理して考えることができない。悪い夢かと期待してもちっとも目の前の景色は消えてくれない。
Couldn't wake up. You're already awake.
ただ静寂が苦しい。ダメだわ。ダメ。黙ってると。ねえ、何が何だかわからないけど、とにかく学校の外に出てみない？外に？このままずっと震えていても何も解決しないと思うの。でも窓も開かないんだよ。硬いとかじゃなくてガチって空間に固定されてる感じ。外になんて出られるのかな。ええ、だけど玄関とか非常口とかあればそこから外に出られるかもしれないじゃない。そうだね。じっとしてたらおかしくなっちゃいそうだし。
All loony, huh?
とにかくこの部屋を出ましょう。私たちだけじゃなく、ひょっとしたらみんなもいるかもしれないし。みんなと一緒ならなんとかなるかもしんないね。ねえ。
Yep.
確証も何もない話。私もパニクってただけかもしれない。でもじっとしてると私も悲鳴を上げそうで、必死に強がってみせた。
Satoshi Machida, 17-year-old student in Kasaragi Academy Senior High Class 2-9. Fairly average but popular, known for being both kind and cowardly in equal measure. Despite his timidness, He's very personable and open, which complements his general sensitivity toward others to make him a natural leader. The one person ever to challenge that leadership is Naomi, who is, consequently, the only person to whom Satoshi regularly differs judgment. A 16-year-old student in Katsuragi High Class 2-9, and a classmate of Satoshi since junior high, frequently greets Satoshi with, "Oh, not you again." Naomi. Having lost her father a few years back, Naomi and her mother now depend on one another for moral support. Still, she remains optimistic and cheerful. Her home life has given her an interest in nursing, which she's intent on pursuing. She spends her time studying, aiming for acceptance to medical school. Seiko Shinohara, a 16-year-old student in Katsuragi High Class 2-9, lives very close to Naomi and generally accompanies her to and from school each day. A free spirit, she often says or does things that take others by surprise, though she's also easily forgiven due to her good nature and amiability. Her mother disappeared 3 years ago, leaving her with 3 younger siblings and a working father. As such, she basically serves as head of the household. Seiko seems to regard Naomi as a kindred spirit, and the two of them frequently have long conversations about their many dreams for the future. Yuka Mochida, Satoshi's 14-year-old sister. Though she's an 8th grader at Katsuragi Academy Junior High School, she looks and acts much, much younger. In the Mochida household, Yuka's always been the princess, generally getting her way, and thus never really shedding her childlike behavior. Despite this, she yearns to grow up, often attempting to act older or braver than she is, which sometimes gets her into trouble. Sakotaro Morisic, a 16-year-old student at Kisaragi High Class 2-9, he's been in theater club with Mayu since middle school and developed a real closeness with her. He finds socializing with anyone else to be more trouble than it's worth. However, so he typically regards his other classmates with indifference. Takes great pride in his family heritage and reacts violently if anyone makes fun of his name. The only exception is the nickname Mayu has given him, Shig. Miss Yui Shushido, a 23-year-old 11th grade English teacher at Kasaragi High, just started this semester after passing her teaching exam and is eager to make an impression. Although not a perfect instructor by any means, her unjaded zeal and enthusiasm are infectious, and her students seem generally responsive to her methods. Also serves as a teacher's assistant during homeroom for Class 2-9 and really seems to have connected with the students there. Yoshiki Kishinuma, a 17-year-old student in Kasaragi High, Class 2-9, often regarded as sarcastic and cynical, but as far as he's concerned, he's just being honest. Although generally not one to participate in events, his fondness for Satoshi and Ayumi means he'll make an exception now and again if either is involved. With intense drama at home, Yoshiki currently works part-time after school to afford rent on a small apartment where he lives alone. Yumi Shinozaki, 17-year-old appointed a representative of Kasaragi High Class 2-9, often subjects her classmates to ghost stories and reveals in hearing them scream and revels in hearing them. Oh, she's a prankster, huh? It's generally believed that she carries candles and other horror goods with her at all times, just in case an opportunity presents itself to use them. She's like a ghost chaser. In truth, however, Yumi wears this reputation as a mask to hide her own fear of the unknown, which rivals even Satoshi's in its intensity. When faced with any truly scary situation, her knees give out and panic sets in. Only her personal pride can break her out of this fear-induced state. Is that right? Mayu Shizumoto, a 16-year-old student in Kasaragi High Class 2-9, somehow looks much tinier than she actually is, but possesses a big heart and a bright personality. Accepts anyone and everyone with open arms, never playing favorites, which has earned her nearly universal regard amongst her fellow students. Unfortunately, due to familial circumstances, this was Mayu's last day at Kasaragi High. She'll be moving shortly and transferring to a new school. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop it here for today. Thanks for watching. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and drop a like and subscribe to the channel and the series grow. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.